First off, everybody, it's TheRock. Um,
Holla.
ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk about one Black Adam, and I'm just gonna say off the break, movie's fine. It's fine.
Movie's fine, but I am conflicted.
Yeah, I'm conflicted in a way where it's like, all right, so let's get one thing straight. The Rock, the Black Adam is definitely, you could tell this is definitely a passion project from The Rock. For those that don't understand the history of this movie,
Development hell.
this movie, The Rock got cast for this movie way back in 2007. We're talking when the MCU was being formed and Iron Man was about to show his trailer at Hall H. That's how fucking long The Rock was Black Adam. And you could tell this is a movie that was sitting on the back burner for a long ass goddamn time before WB finally said, "All right, Rock, you're up." Bear in mind, this was Rock before he got jacked for Fast Five. I
Yep.
want people to understand this.
No, bear in mind this is the rundown Rock that got casted.
Bruh. No. Actually, it's the Tooth Fairy Rock.
Tooth Fairy, okay.
Tooth
Wait,
Fairy era.
it was still the same. It was still the same
Well,
Rock.
no, Tooth Fairy, when he got the Tooth Fairy, he dropped some weight a little bit because Rundown, he was still a little big, but like Tooth
Okay.
Fairy, he slimmed down just a little bit. Because you remember in WWE, when he came back, when he did Tooth Fairy, he was like Hollywood Rock.
Yeah, he was actually slimmer.
So he slimmed down, and stuff like that. But still, like that's how long it's been, right? So when you watch Black Adam, you're like, yeah, this definitely looks like a movie. If it dropped around 2009, it probably would have went over very well.
It would have.
it, it
I believe that without going too deep into it, had this movie came out around the same time as Iron Man 1, I think the reaction would be different.
ate it up
Yeah,
immediately.
they would have ate it up.
And I think the problem with Black Adam right now is that when you have movies like Shazam and Aquaman coming out, and those movies are phenomenal and stuff, it's like Black Adam kind of pales in comparison to those two, unfortunately. And this movie, I put it in the same category as Birds of Prey to me, where it's like, there's some good things. There's some things I didn't like, but it's not a bad movie. It's like, it's fine. It's whatever. I guess if we're gonna start off with the good, I did like the JSA in this movie. I did enjoy Hawkman and Dr. Fate, and the movie really, without going into a deep dive into it, you can kind of tell the history of the JSA through those two. They've really been through it for years, and they're old friends. And they talk like old friends, and then you got the young upstarts in what the fuck is the about to say tornado. Oh fucking damn! About to bring it up now. Boom, Cyclone and fucking Atom Smasher. Those two were kind of like the young, people, young, heroes of the JSA.
They had to fit today's generation.
Yeah, today's generation
for this for this movie that was supposed to come out 15 years ago.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, I will say this: with those two, I will admit, to the movie's credit, I kind of was like, hey, I actually want to see more of those two.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe with Hawkman and Fate, and more movies and stuff. That'd be interesting, because I know they did say that Hawkman, they might do a solo thing. Don't know how to ask if they do it or not, because state of WB and stuff. But like, I will say, to their credit, despite those two characters, Atom Smasher and Cyclone, not able to really do a lot, they make their mark in the movie.
I mean, shout out to Aldous Hodge for playing Hawkman. Oh, he was awesome.
Fucking loved him.
And also shout outs to Pierce Brosnan for playing Dr. Fate. He was also awesome.
Pierce Brosnan acting his ass off, just giving you prestige.
Pierce, like any scene that he was in, he without being greedy, ate that scene up. You know what I mean?
Sarcasm.
Yes.
Like, it felt like he was playing James Bond being Dr. Fate. And I was like, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. It's fine. It's great.
Except he doesn't get shot in the neck by his former colleague. He doesn't get hit with a tranquilizer.
I don't know. Back from the dead, Adam. Now, The Rock is Black Adam. that is going to be 50-50 for a lot of people because look, a lot of actors, we talk about how Denzel in every movie, he's Denzel Washington. And a lot of actors can get away with that, you know. And I
Hmm.
think with The Rock, you know what to expect out of his movies. You're not going to expect him to be, doing any sort of acting. You're expecting The Rock to be The Rock in every movie. And in this case, this is The Rock being Black Adam as the most electrifying, no pun intended, man in this movie. Um, he was fine. I liked him. He did came in there with that raw energy, anger, and all that stuff. He definitely did a lot of killing, which the movie
Which
did not
is
shy away from, which I thought was
which
pretty.
again, which again, this would have been like the perfect contrast to Iron Man,
Oh yeah,
because
definitely.
seeing how both of those movies play out, because they both follow that same three-step formula that pretty much started a whole bunch of superhero movies
Hmm.
in today's time.
Yeah,
Um, like he was great as Black Adam. Um, the one thing that I had to take away was
the kid.
the not just the kid, a lot of the human characters, a lot of human aspects. I did not care for 90% of their screen time. It
Um,
almost sounded like the kid. There's a kid in this movie. I swear to you, I
he's
really,
he
dude.
I hate
I
to say it like
really,
this. He's Muslim John Connor.
oh God, that's what I said.
John
I,
Connor.
I said, dude, is this kid supposed to be like, is he supposed to be the Rock's John Connor? Because I'm really hoping that I'm only just seeing him for just this part in the movie, and I'm gonna see him like 45 to 50 minutes.
Whole movie.
No,
Whole
he's
movie.
in the entire
Hey,
movie.
do you have a catchphrase? Hey, maybe you could do. I'm like,
When I saw
no,
his, when I
no.
see when we see his room, and I'm like, oh, wait, the DCU is a franchise,
It felt like Logan when
dude.
the kid had the X-Men comic.
He had exactly.
But see, I'm fine
My
with that.
man has Superman posters. He had Batman figures.
But
He
see, I'm
had
fine.
Aquaman stuff.
You wanna know why I don't knock that? Is because that happens in a couple of MCU films where you see posters of like Tony Stark or Captain America. So I'm fine with that. That's
But
to be
hold on.
expected. That's
But
to
hold
be
on. But
expected,
no, no,
though.
no, 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 Chris. See. You see stuff like that after those characters have been established.
Okay, fair, fair. That's fair. That's
Like
fair.
well after those characters have been established. You don't see that at the beginning of the movie when Iron Man didn't even become Iron Man yet.
Yeah, we didn't see that until Avengers after they saved the world and everybody is trying to get their beard like Tony Stark. Yeah, so you're right. You're right.
You
You're
know,
right.
when
It's like how does Superman get a poster and he didn't do shit? He died.
I was like, bro, how does Superman have a poster? How does he have a comic? How does Batman have toys? Like, ain't people looking for him? Isn't he still considered a vigilante? Who's making toys for a vigilante?
I mean, it was
That's like that's like America making toys out of OJ Simpson. But that's a whole nother conversation.
it's just like the kid definitely he didn't annoy me, but it was just like you could have eased them back a little bit. Just because I don't mind kids being in a movie if you're gonna play him up as the adventurous kid
Yeah,
that
but
wants
this
to be
kid was
part of the action. But
dude.
you made him just
This kid was the audience.
well, he busted out the rock,
He did bust out the rock, holla. But
which this is a thing in the movie, by the way. Just putting that out there. I laughed in the theater when I saw this. It's
I
the
did
rock.
too.
It's the rock. Illuminati. Ah.
You know when I saw that, I jokingly said to myself, I got a feeling Dame Dash is gonna sue somebody.
See, here's the funny part. I was in the theater and I was like, I'm mad Eris didn't say shit about this. Thank you
I
for not telling me that.
I didn't want to tell you. There was so much I wanted to tell you, but I was like, nope. I want Chris to see everything that I saw.
um, the big glaring thing that I fucking hated, the fucking slow motion. Why are there was so much slow motion in this movie that like I was fine with it the first couple of times, but then they kept doing it over and over and over again, and it felt like they were extending out things that didn't need to be extended out
It
because of slow motion.
it was also the slow motion coupled with the overuse of "Baby Come Back."
Yeah,
How many times are we going to hear that song in these superhero movies?
I mean the
I,
first time when the uncle played it, I laughed. I ain't gonna lie. But
yeah, that was cute for like the first 10 seconds.
yeah, then
I did
after
not.
that, then
I
they just
didn't,
kept doing it
bro.
over
I did
and
not
over.
need. I did not need that song on repeat.
So baby,
later in
come
the
out. I'm like,
movie.
all right, guys. When the dude was saying it in the van, I laughed. After that, don't do it anymore. Don't do it anymore.
You got half a chuckle out of me the first time he did it. Like, I'm so over that song in these movies.
And then besides the slow motion, look, I know that superhero movies, it isn't about the villain, but at least the villains have a layer of like you remember the characters. Look, me and you have said stuff about Taskmaster and Black Widow, but fuck it, at
Mhm.
least Taskmaster was memorable, despite how stupid the twist was. We were like, oh fuck it, at least he's memorable. It's a stupid ass twist, but he's fucking memorable. Who was the bad guy in Black Adam?
Black. No, I got an even. This is a better one for you, Chris. This is better for you. See, you said who was the villain in it? My question to you is this: why did the movie telegraph the villain so easy?
Folks,
I knew who the movie's villain was going to
without
be.
spoiling the movie doesn't even be subtle about the shit.
Not at all. Like, I knew who the villain was going to be 90 seconds to when he first
I'd rather
made
you
his appearance.
I'd rather you lie to me, movie, on who the villain is. Give me something, but you off rip, not even 5 minutes into the movie, it's like, oh, he's a
Listen,
villain.
no,
He's a
no,
villain.
no. Like, Chris, this is how bad it was. You don't give me God, you don't give me Gary Oldman in Lost in Space obvious villainism for this movie. I get it. This movie sat in development hell for so long, but you don't do that. When you have the opportunity to finally make this movie, don't do that. Like, I knew who this guy was going to be, and I said, movie, please don't do it. Please don't do it. And then when he presents himself as the main antagonist, I'm like, yeah, wow.
But here's the thing.
I knew. Who knew?
The
Shock.
plot, but the plot twist with him in the third act is where I was like, this feels very tacked on. Like it just can't. Like I understand the movie set that up, but I was like, not really much of a setup to this.
No, see, Chris, that would have been like, God. Okay,
It's gonna be
no,
something funny. It's gonna be
no, no,
something
no,
funny. I
no,
know
no.
it is.
No, I'm gonna bring it to video game land real quick. This is like watching. I mean, this is like playing Uncharted 2, and we see Lazarevich in the first act.
Yeah, because he doesn't pop up until like what midway through
He
the game.
doesn't pop up until like around what, chapter 10?
Yeah, midway through the game, we go to that
Midway
war.
through the game,
Yeah,
he
we get
makes
to the
his
get to the
like
war torn country, and it's like you see, you got with Chloe, and you got with the other chick.
when you get back with Helena, you meet back up with Helena, and then that's when he makes his appearance. When he comes through with the army and the military, like in his whole army, his whole gang, and all of the scenery, the air just breathes villainy when he walks in and says, "So, this little man is
Yeah.
Drake." Thank you. Introduction.
And when you get this movie,
I didn't get that with this movie.
and that's the thing, because this movie, 75% of the movie is literally, you might as well call it JSA versus Black Adam with Intergang in there. Yes, Intergang's in the movie, and
they were
they're putty patrollers.
I
right?
was about to say that as a dude, they were glorified putty.
Now here's the thing: it's not to say that I want Intergang to be something, but like I remember Intergang from the Superman animated series, where they were just a gang of people that had otherworld weaponry, and they were foils for Superman. Right? This movie, they are useless as shit,
bro. Listen, the not Shi'ar in Dark Phoenix had better screen presence than
man. Said not Shi'ar. Stop it right now.
I'm not wrong.
You're not.
They had better screen time in that movie, and that movie was awful.
Dude, Intergang is literally just bodies. They do nothing. They might as well just stand in a row and just get killed. That's Intergang in this movie.
The only thing that was cool about Intergang was their hover bike.
Yeah, the hover bikes that uses Eternium. Yes, Eternium.
Yes.
It's the MacGuffin.
The MacGuffin.
It's the MacGuffin mineral, just like vibranium in Wakanda. You know what? Eternium is basically DC's vibranium. Let's just call it what it is. That's what it is.
And they might have stood a chance against Black Adam if they could have found a better use for it. Because I'm telling you, imagine
it was hurting them.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Imagine he grabs like one of the one of the guys, right? he reaches into his pocket, like a material, pocket material. He could
Yeah,
have got away.
or punches Black Adam and it hurts him. Like that's something that the movie didn't take advantage of because it's like, hey, we know it hurts him, but
Just throw it at his face. Yeah.
it's like, I'm surprised somebody didn't do that to Superman. Here's a kryptonite rock, shisha. But
Pocket
nah,
sand, pocket
it's
kryptonite.
just it's missed opportunities. And like I said, the villain when he pops up in the third act, it's like, oh, okay, sure, fine. It's there. And like I said, it's a movie that has all these different ideas, and it's just
It
once it
is it's a 2008 movie in modern times. It's a movie that we really don't need anymore.
and it speaks volumes. Look, it ain't even a fucking at this point you already know the fact that The Rock is promoting it for that fucking Superman shit in the movie. It speaks volumes.
It does.
It does because like if you got to use that to get people in the seats, it's like
See, and that's the thing. I don't want this movie. I really did not want this movie to suffer from there will be carnage syndrome where you
this
are only
Carnage was a better villain. Shit.
I know, but I mean what I mean is you're not sitting through the whole 2.5 hours just to see one particular part.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's the one thing I didn't want from this movie. And I have a feeling a lot of people are gonna be feeling that way if they
It's like
see it.
I got to the end of this movie just for this, and it's like, and then especially if WB doesn't make good on that supposed Superman movie that they want to do too, so that will really just irk people out. Like, what the fuck was the point of this shit? Ah,
Well, the word around the campfire is that that movie is in I think it's either in production or it's in talks or something. It's been greenlit.
I
Something's
won't
happening.
believe it until I can sit down in the theater and watch it. So no,
No, I'll believe it. Listen, I'll believe it when Discovery um, decides to stop taking stuff out back and shooting it.
dude. Here's the sick part about this movie, right? For all, and I will credit the movie too with this. They kept the Shazam lore with regards to, if you remember Shazam, the Wizard Shazam told Billy, like, yo, we did give this to a champion, but he didn't exactly
He was not
use it.
worthy.
He didn't use it in a worthy way. And in this movie emphasizes why that is and stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense and stuff. But it's like, okay, cool. I want to see more. I want to see Black Adam versus Shazam. I don't want to see Black Adam versus Superman. Like, just
Yeah,
give me Black Adam versus Shazam. That's it right there. And it's
it'll pretty much be the submission match.
yeah, I mean, because it's like you got the I don't know. It's just but like I said, for every like I said, for all the good stuff the movie did, it has some bad stuff.
I
Visually the
applaud,
movie,
I applaud the CG. The VFX and CG was
yeah,
very impressive.
got shaky at times, but
It did. There were some shaky moments, but again, not bad for a 15-year-old movie in today's time.
I will say they need to go on ahead and credit Marvel because, like I said, Adam Smasher looking pretty damn good in his giant form. Wouldn't have happened if he didn't have Ant-Man right
Very
there doing it.
true.
So it's like, all
Quite
right.
true.
Even look, Doctor Fate,
Yeah.
gotta give to Doctor Strange. I mean,
Yes. there was definitely a mirror dimension moment in this
yeah,
movie.
you got to give credit. And look, and that's what we said. It goes to the visuals. It looked pretty good. I kind of don't. Okay, movies. I'm gonna need y'all when you film the Middle East or Middle Eastern countries. Can we get rid of that orange tint?
Well, you don't like that desert color grading?
I don't like the desert color grade. Can we just get a normal color? Like I need
See,
that.
see, Chris. The problem with that is if they did that, they could do that, or it could be worse. We could have got that crazy deep sepia tone from the late '90s.
Because I mean, look at Aquaman. Because you remember Aquaman when they filmed that desert scene, they didn't do that orange. It just filmed it like a normal desert scene, blue
That's
skies and
true.
all that stuff. And it's like I wanted that for Black Adam because that color grading shit just it's like guys, the Middle East is not the color orange. All right, like
Not everything is orange.
it's bright. It's like when they do Mexico and they make that shit that dirty brown color
Mm-hmm.
gradient shit. And I'm like, guys, Mexico is bright too, like America. Can we really stop doing this? Like, you didn't have to make that country fictional. You could just make it any old fucking Middle Eastern country and it'll be fine. You didn't have to make up a country, to be honest. But whatever. That's you know,
A part of me really wanted to believe that this was just another another DC standalone film, much like Joker.
Yeah.
And I believe that they can and could still get away with it if they were to market it as such.
But eventually, people are going to be like, "Hey, we'll be getting Justice League
I
and
know. It's like you guys are connecting stuff,
you gave us JSA, so off rip, people are gonna want to see another superhero team. Like you can't just,
true,
I mean, because I actually, like I said, I like the dynamics of that team, and it's like, damn, I wish the Justice League come back and we can get that.
bro.
That'd be nice.
When they showed the kids' room, at that point, I'm like, okay, I need to see everybody then.
Exactly.
Everybody whose face is in that room, I need to see in the next film.
Oh man, you know what? The music was fine until they started using Kanye's power, and I'm
I'm
like,
about to say
no.
what music? There really wasn't. There
Well,
was
it's more
barely
so
a score.
a couple of scores here and there, but yeah, you're right. I look, I'm gonna need. They did not need to use Kanye's song for that moment in the movie. It felt so out of place. Like it's like
I
why are we
agree
doing
with
this?
that.
Why are we doing this? Like there was a couple of scores, but I don't think it was to me there
Nothing
was
noteworthy.
yeah there wasn't enough to be like, hey, here's the vinyl of the Black Adam score, and I'm like there was scores in Black Adam. I couldn't tell, couldn't tell.
That's why I said what score.
Also, shout out to the CGI team for making The Rock look very small in flashbacks as him as a slave. Um,
Slave rock.
Slave Rock. Two words I would never ever you would never hear me say ever. Slave Rock.
You know what's funny? In those flashbacks, he would have actually made a decent Kratos.
Don't give him ideas. Don't you dare give him ideas. I do not need to see The Rock being The Rock instead of being Kratos, nigga.
I'm,
No, hell no.
I'm just saying. I'm just
He's
saying.
not gonna say boy. You know that, right? Rock is not gonna
No,
say
I'm
boy.
not. No, I'm not asking for that one. I'm talking. You know which flashback I'm referring to. There's a flashback
God of
with
War 1 or 2.
any of them.
All right.
It's a flashback in that movie where I see him. I'm like, bro, this gave me God of War 1 vibes.
Maybe. I could see a maybe on that one. But
Like
that's
you
not
get basically you take the Rock's head and just throw it on a different body. It'd be the most expensive movie that they would put.
that CGI team. The Rock. Here's the funny part. The Rock is already jacked, and somehow that CG team worked overtime to make him look regular. Like he
Yep.
looked like he did when he was like again during the Tooth Fairy era, where it's like, oh, Rock he's just cut and got muscles and stuff. I was
He's
like,
just
wow,
lean as hell.
he's lean as hell. I was like, credit to the CG team. Y'all did a pretty good job with that. That's great. Pulled a Captain America,
I know,
first
right?
Avenger. But yeah, like I said, overall, look, I will say this: it's I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. I'm going to be real. I will wait for HBO Max for this personally,
Definitely wait for HBO Max. I mean, if you're fortunate enough to see this movie in IMAX, by all means, go check it
or if you
out.
can go for
It's
matinee.
it's at least nice to look at.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
yeah,
different than the norm. I would say this, but it's a quick.
it's kind of middle of the road for me
Yeah,
because
I mean,
it's so three step comic book movie formula.
yeah.
We've seen this movie a million times.
Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, it's yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, that's why I felt in my heart of hearts I liked Shazam more because it just felt like Shazam had a lot of heart to it, and just the way that story is structured. It's like, all right, cool, I'm with it. Even down to Dr. Savano in Shazam, he was a better fucking villain than this dude in Black Adam, easily.
Right.
So um, but yeah, like I said, look, kudos to The Rock for getting this movie off the ground. We'll see if the what was the term The Rock said about the DC universe.
Oh, yes, yes. So somebody asked him, someone asked The Rock about what he's trying to do with the DCU with Black Adam. And because like you had said, this was a passion project for him,
Mm-hmm.
for a decade and a half in the making, right?
Yeah,
He said, and I quote, all respect to Kevin Feige and his success. I am not trying to take the DCU with Black Adam in the same direction as the MCU. I am not trying to chase that dragon, basically. You know, he wants to take Black Adam and the DCU in a different like in a different path, and not try to do the same thing as the MCU.
Yeah. Also,
Very, very media trained response, and I appreciate that, but you know, I'm still looking at Warner Brothers like, what are y'all doing over there, fam?
um, I gotta say
First
this.
of all, rest in pepperonis to Satana.
I have to point out something that I'm mad that we missed, and it just dawned on me. So, Hawkman was looking very Black Pantherish, wasn't he?
He was looking very Black Pantherish.
The s-
He was also looking quite Falconish.
the suits and everything. Nigga jumped out of the ship and just did this. I fucking hollered. I was like,
This is why
I respect the Black Panther isms in this. I respect it. All
this
right.
is
I
why I didn't
respect
say
it.
nothing. This is why I didn't tell you anything. I was like, Chris, just watch the movie.
Obviously, you know what? If you're gonna ape off something, you ape something good. Fuck it. All right.
And he got a twofer. My man got a twofer. We got
T'Challa and Falcon. Bet. Let's
T'Challa and
go.
Falcon.
Bet.
Like you take Black Panther and just put wings on him, bro.
It's the Wakanda Forever when he dropped out the
It
ship.
is.
Shit. It was like, I'm like, I'm not mad at this. Even down to the African suit that he had on, like
Yep.
the African color suit. I was like, this is very giving very T'Challa this, but I respect it. I respect it. That's cool. That's cool. I'm fine with it. Fine with it. I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with this.
I'm looking at Aldous like, yo, Aldous, like real talk. Are you trying to say something, brother? Are you trying to tell us something? No. Listen, Mr. Hodge. I gotta know. Who came up with this? Was this you or the studio?
Look, look. We're gonna see Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, very, very, very soon. I will laugh my ass off if the big surprise is boom, Aldous Hodges T'Challa variant. I will laugh my ass off. I'll be like, get your check, black man. Get your check.
Get your check, man.
Get your check.
Please get it. It'd be the best. It would be the world's best
It's
kept.
the best kept secret ever.
Best kept secret.
Look. The only reason why I say best kept secret because I was genuinely shocked to see Ben Kingsley's ass in fucking Shang-Chi. That shocked the shit out of me because I didn't know nothing about that, and I was like, the fuck, Ben Kingsley. Wow, they remember. Wow, they kept this shit a secret like shit.
That's one of the things I do. That's one of the things I do like about the MCU is when they throw out something that they use one time, but it's that one time that they use it that they say, hey, this was quite memorable, and we haven't touched this since we used it. Let's throw it in here. It kind of makes sense given the character, given the character's name and history and all that. Let's throw them in here. So I don't know. I really hope that Warner Brothers is able to do something with these movies. I mean, all I can really say is pick a lane and just drive it, man. Like, are you trying to do universe building stuff? Are you really trying to remake the DCU, or are you trying to just pump out a series of standalone films? Because how is it that your animated department can do it better than no one else?
Yeah.
But your live action needs work.
Yeah. And you know what? To be honest with you, that's why ultimately when I turn around and look at Hawkman, I'm like, Aldous Hodge fucking ate that role up. I love it.
He did.
I fucking love it. Just everything, mannerisms, acting. I want more of this. Give me more.
As far as I'm concerned, he is Hawkman, and congratulations, both you and Dwayne Johnson. Y'all now have superheroes that you officially made your own.
Yeah, if you ask me who's Hawkman, I'm like Aldous Hodge. I give it
point blank.
Right there. So I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. I'm pretty sure you sitting at pretty much the same where I'm at, or
I'm sitting at a 3.
Yeah, 3 out of 5.
I'll give it a 3.
It's
not without its problems.
Yeah, so I'll say wait till HBO Max. It'll probably be there, and then
Again, if you got free tickets, if you're an AMC Stubs member, you got that free.
Take advantage of it. Take advantage of
it.
Take advantage of it, man. But anyways, we will catch you guys later. Peace out.